Hi, nobodies. Um, so it is another gloomy looking day in Ohio, but I still had a great day. Um, I went to Avon, and then what was the other place? Was it Sheffield and Lorraine? Um, kind of got around. I meant to, when I left Lorraine, I was kind of like, hey, am I close to like a lake or something? You know, I was like, hey, I ought to go see the lake. But I didn't. I'd already gotten my little bit of nature from, I passed a park, and I actually turned around to go back to this park because it had like a nice little pond, and there were so many ducks and geese there that I had to, I had to stop, and I had to record these ducks and geese. And of course, I suck at that kind of thing. I mean, I cannot work a camera very well. I mean, I can have the best top of the line camera, and I suck, but that's okay. I still have fun. I remember how my eyes see it. Um, it's cold. And twice, like I was in a little Goodwill, and the lady there, she's like, "Oh, it's so hot in here," and she's like, "It better not say 70 on the temperature thing," and I was sitting there thinking, I'm not hot. 70 in the South is hibernation mode. Like, you go to sleep at 70. 75, which I'm pretty sure 75 is room temperature. But up here, 70 is room temperature. So that's kind of a thing I'm struggling with, is that, like, everybody thinks 75 is hot. It's like, no, it's not. No, 76 or 77 is getting hot. In the house. Anything under 72 is chilly, inside of a house. Now, when you go outside, it's perfectly fine. It's a great day if it's 70 degrees. And then the second place I went, they were doing the same thing. They said the girls left the heat on, and it was 80 degrees in here. And I was like, yeah, that is hot. But I had a nice little conversation with these two ladies at this second thrift shop, and they said, oh, and if you don't have anything to do, you can come here and volunteer. I don't know what I'd be volunteering for except to buy stuff. But the place was really nice because they said, like, if you don't have clothes, like, they will give you clothes. You don't have to buy the clothes. If you need clothes, they will give you clothes. And I was like, that's really nice. And they were a little bit more expensive than my favorite thrift store in Central Arkansas. But they also had stuff that, they said, well, we don't have enough space for all this stuff, so we're going to mark it down. And so, like, some of their stuff was half price, some of it was 25 cents. I wasn't supposed to get anything for me, but I did. But the bag that came in with me is now full of stuff to donate. So that works out okay. I'm trying to be, like, minimalist on things, because it's just simpler that way. It's simpler to keep things neat and tidy, and it's nice. Anyway, they were talking about, like, I was talking to these ladies, and this one lady said she was in Marietta, Ohio. I know she said it was Ohio, but I can't remember if she said, like, Marietta or Marigold, or it was Mary something. She said it was like 70 degrees down there, even though yesterday it was pretty cold up here. And she said normally it's better here, or whatever, because of the lakes, what have you. I don't know. I was just kind of like, they're like, hey, do you want some notebook paper? It's free. You want some hand cream? It's free, And I was like, that's really nice of them. And the older lady who had come in a walker, she was volunteering, and this woman was in a walker. But I get it. She wanted to communicate with people. I think she was there not to be altruistic, but to get the interaction. And I just might volunteer. I might volunteer to be there. Of course, I would probably spend money while I'm there because I would see things and go, okay, you're going home with me. You're going home with me. I've always said this, that I couldn't work in a thrift store because I'd spend my whole check. But this would be volunteering. So, yeah, it's probably worse. But the older lady I don't know if she was from here and just lived in Tennessee for a long time, but she knew what I was talking about with what we consider hot and cold in Arkansas, because Tennessee's about the same. And I saw, like, when we were coming here, I saw a thing and it said something. I think it was the name of the town, and then it said y'all. And I was sitting there going, wait a minute, I thought that was like a South thing. Y'all. I say it all the time. So I've had a great day. I reached out to an officer with the Alexander Police Department who is friendly, who knows my daughter. He's been saying he was going to come visit, but I sent him a text today to say, hey, please visit my daughter, because Sunday I left. She's upset. He reaches out to the kids in my old neighborhood. We first met him when I called 911 because she said she took a whole bottle of pills. And then when I was calling 911, she said I didn't. And they asked, well, do you want us to send an officer out anyway to talk to her? And I said, yeah, go ahead and send somebody. We ended up taking her to Rivendell anyway that same night. That was a long night. But he came by a lot after that. Like, if he saw me sitting outside, he would stop and chat with me. He's a really nice guy. So then he was like, what do you mean you left? Why'd you leave? What happened? And I told him what happened, a very condensed version of what happened, that things just didn't work out and I left, and would he please reach out to my daughter? Which I don't even know if he's still with the police department in Alexander, because like, he was normally pretty good about swinging by or waving at us, honking when he went by, or like doing his siren for a split second. And I haven't seen that, so maybe he quit or went to another police department. So he actually said, well, what's her, do you mind if I text her? And I said, yeah, go ahead, text her, so I sent him her number, and he's supposed to text her. And I really hope that he follows through. He's a really nice guy. And I liked him a lot. He was a very friendly guy. And cool. Like, he stopped tearing a couple of times in the car. Not because she was doing anything. She got worried, but I told Tyrion we're gonna have to virtual shop together. Like, we're gonna have to do like Facebook Live with each other or something, so that I can go, ooh, look at this top, ain't it cute? I told her, I said, if I find stuff, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna put it in the mail and get it to you. I mean, I saw some things that were pink brand, and Izzy loves pink, but also that pink brand stuff was pink, and Izzy has never really been a girl that likes pink, so, as a color. So I said, nah, I can't get her that, but some cute places I went to today, and like I said, I saw the ducks and the geese, and it was really cool. Excuse me. I gotta do my nails. They look bad. I just haven't gotten around to doing that. So that has been my day. It's been great, even though it wasn't sunny and it's kind of cold out there. Oh, I had to take my trunk out of my vehicle. Now, this thing is heavy. Like, I bruised the crap out of my knees and my legs carrying it out to the car. And so I went to take it out of the vehicle, and I got it to the ground, and I was like, okay, this thing's so freaking heavy. One of the neighbors, I guess he was out for a walk or a run or whatever, he comes across the street. He's like, hey, let me get that for you. Let me get that for you. And I'm like, are you sure? Because it's really, really heavy. And he's like, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, because I do that. I don't care, even if it was like, unless it was somebody that was like all muscled up, I'm going to assume that, they might have back problems or something, and I don't want them to get hurt helping me. And so he picks it up. He's like, you're right, this is heavy. And he said, what did you got in here, body? And I was like, no body in there, just a bunch of heavy shit. It's not even rocks. Excuse me. So, good day. It's going to be a good night. I know this because I'm going to make it so. That's what you got to say. You got to say, I'm going to make it so. Even if you have to be completely by yourself, make it so. Sometimes that is the best thing. If you're somebody who can't be by yourself, because you're like, I need entertainment, seriously, get that shit worked out, because you need to be able to do that. So, thank you, and have a good night.